Hello, everyone. This is Rob with Media Awareness, and I'm going to do a brief overview of the career of Kate Bush. I'm going to try and make this as short as possible. Kate does have a rather expansive and diverse career, so please bear with me, and hopefully by the end we've all gotten through this together, and you're still watching. um, Kate got her start by being essentially discovered by David Gilmour of Pink Floyd. David had heard a demo, and the demo consisted of over 100 songs. And he wanted something more polished for EMI to hear. And they ended up hearing a completely produced and financed demo that he had fronted the money for. It landed Kate Bush a record deal with EMI Records, and her first album, The Kick Inside, was released in 1978, yielding a number one hit single with Wuthering Heights, a song that she fought the company to be the single. They had something else in mind, and she said no, it should be Wuthering Heights. She was right. It hit number one, followed by a tour and the album Lionheart, which also was promoted on the tour. Lionheart was recorded very quickly to capitalize on the success of The Kick Inside. And Kate wanted to be more innovative, more experimental, and not be necessarily rushed in the studio to put something out simply to tour for it. So she retreated from touring and released an album that was done in studio, um, called Never Forever. And it was her first foray into utilizing the Fairlight sampling system, which was a very early sampler. After that album, Never Forever, Kate released the album The Dreaming. I spoke briefly about this in my last Kate Bush video. The Dreaming was a very divisive album for fans of her career up to that point, and new fans as well, because it was very strange. But strange is not necessarily bad. It is good, actually. And it gave her the ability to step away from professional paid studio time and make her own studio in her home where she recorded the follow up to The Dreaming, The Hounds of Love. The Hounds of Love is experiencing renewed success as of late because of its appearance in Stranger Things Season 4, Volume 1, in particular the song Running Up That Hill. As I stated in my previous Kate Bush video as well, Kate and Running Up That Hill could be heard on her compilation album, The Whole Story, which is really a good investment in my opinion because you get not only a cross section of her material, but you also get a re recorded version of Wuthering Heights in a lower register, um, pitch wise and vocally. Um, Kate was singing lower by this point in time and not in a high frequency as she did on The Kick Inside, Lionheart, and Never Forever to some degree. That was where she started singing lower, though, noticeably. After The Hounds of Love and the album itself reaching number one in the UK charts, dethroning Madonna's Like a Virgin as the number one UK album in 1985. Kate released videos from the album Running Up the Hill, Cloud Busting, along with the title track and a couple other tracks as well. It was an amazing time, and the whole story saw a sort of renewed interest in her past catalog. After that, we had the Central World, which I spoke about in the last Kate video as well, and it's one of my favorite albums. I highly recommend it. There's not enough I could say about it, so I will stop there and just say it's great. After 1989's Essential World and the album actually doing really well in the States, EMI released a box set of her back catalog albums along with um, unreleased material, and the box set was titled This Woman's Work. I just found out about this box set recently. It is the only Kate Bush product I do not own. And it really surprises me because I thought I had it all. I was wrong. Um, Nevertheless, in 1993, Kate released The Red Shoes. The Red Shoes almost yielded a tour, but Kate was having many personal losses in her life, and she retreated from promoting the album after doing some videos to focus on some bereavement time as well as raising her son. In 2005, Kate resurfaced with the album Ariel and the single King of the Mountain, which is a great song. Ariel is a 2 CD set, and it is definitely an album worth checking out. Surprisingly, after that, I remember seeing The Golden Compass in a movie theater locally in 2007. And at the end of the movie, I heard this song. I thought, it sounds like Kate Bush. And it was. Kate Bush had recorded a song called Lyra for the title character. And it was played during the ending credits. A lovely track. After that, we saw Kate release the director's cut standard edition, which is not a collection of remixes, which I believe I stated in the last video on Kate. It is actually re-recorded material from the Central World and the Red Shoes, some with different instruments, some with different lyrics entirely, but it is a new piece of work. It is not remixed or using pre-existing song qualities. It's all new. The special edition, as I mentioned, includes the remastered versions of the Central World and the Red Shoes, which I prefer actually to the standard one disc edition. The more Kate for me, the better. Later in 2011, Kate Bush released 50 Words for Snow, an album which was considerably more mellow than her previous work, but very timely and very telling. It also had some guest appearances, most notably from Sir Elton John doing a duet with Kate. And the song is amazing. The album itself is amazing. And it's just a journey that you need to just take a sonic experience that you sit back and you relax to. Whereas her earlier material was very influenced by interpretive dance via the teachings of Lindsay Kemp. Um, 50 Words for Snow was an expression of heart and soul, and I firmly believe that. It was really a nice surprise in 2011 for me. In 2014, Kate returned to the stage of the Hammersmith Odeum, where she had played in 1979. And this time she was promoting all of her work, and the show was titled Before the Dawn. It was subsequently released as a 3 CD set. It's an experience all of its own. You just have to sit there, close your eyes, and just imagine you're there. It takes you on a sonic journey, much the way 50 Words for Snow does, but in a different manner. It actually focuses on Kate's material that she never had the opportunity to perform live, as well as more. Before the Dawn is a masterpiece and should not be overlooked. It should definitely be treasured, and I do treasure my copy of it. In 2018, Kate released 2 box sets containing remasters of all of her albums. These box sets are amazing. I I cannot say enough good things about them. I'll feature them here. And you can see that there is just a great deal of art that was put into these projects. They have a prized place on my shelf of CDs, and I love these box sets tremendously. Recently, I was watching Stranger Things, and lo and behold, Running Up the Hill is featured. And I thought to myself, my God, it's finally happened. And this is going to snowball. And boy, did it ever. Because of Stranger Things and because of Running Up the Hill being utilized, Hounds of Love has once again become a top selling album in the UK and is now a top selling album in the US. Running Up the Hill itself has been on the charts now, um, and it recently reached #1 in the UK. From an album that was released in 1985, the song resonates now with a new generation, as it did with me when I first heard it. The thing that sets Kate Bush apart from other contemporary female performers, or male performers for that matter, is her attention to detail in terms of lyrics, music presentation, visual presentation, and overall artistic value. Kate Bush has always been a pioneer and pushing the envelope of experimentation. It amazes me that a song that was barely really noticed here in the States back in 1985, unless you were like myself and listening to the underground music, college radio and such. It it really, her music, her lyrics, her voice, they all strike a chord. They all hit a nerve for fans of Kate. And now that she's winning over a new audience as a result of her appearance in Stranger Things, I do hope that this continues and that we see more of Kate Bush's material being utilized and being promoted and recognized for the incredible art that it is. This is Rob with Media Awareness. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you would like to get more videos like this or like my previous ones, click the bell icon to be noticed when I upload. Leave a comment if you're inclined. Go to my main YouTube page. Contact me on Facebook if you like and say hi. Um, we want you to cover this or that. And check out my Patreon for the perks there. And the ability to choose your own topic of any sort. And it's been a pleasure talking about one of my favorite musicians of all time, the magnificent Kate Bush. Have a good night.